Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about how executions were carried out back in ancient China. It's going to get slightly disturbing towards the end, so stay with me. Let's talk about the three items. So the three items, they were given as a more lenient death sentence choice in order to pay respect. This is usually only given to people inside the Forbidden City that has a high power and influence on the kingdom. So the three items are the dagger. Obviously, this is for stabbing your own chest. There's a white silk sheet. This is for hanging. Or the final choice of the three items is a small bottle of arsenic. It is guaranteed death in less than 2 hours. Oh yeah, by the way, ancient China was absolutely obsessed with mixing mercury and arsenic in order to trying to make an elixir of immortality. Many people throughout Chinese history have tried these methods. Obviously, it never worked. It is 100% poison. Then there are the more brutal methods, obviously. So there's the execution by severing the head in public. Not quite like the guillotine in France. This is a little bit different. So the suspect's head is pushed onto a stone with a semicircle cut in the middle. Obviously, that's for where the neck and the head goes. Then the Chinese executioner / warrior. And when the noon hour arrives, the official waves the final flag signal. The drums roll, and the warrior, he takes a swing, and he takes the head. Public hangings were also quite common as well. This is obviously a more humane sentence. In order to preserve the full body after death, it was more common for women and children to receive the public hanging sentence, as opposed to getting their head cut off. Then there is Jujutsu. So this is one of the most severe punishments throughout the Chinese history. Only the emperor himself can actually give out this order. So what happens is when you receive Jujutsu, it means that every member of the family, including all generations, your parents, your grandparents, uncle, cousin, niece, nephew, brother, sister, you name it, everybody, every single member of your family is to be beheaded in the public. There have been many cases in history where this form of execution was carried out without any proof of a crime, but only because the emperor himself is pissed off, so he decided to kill off the entire family. Yeah, ancient China was a crazy time to be alive, to say the least. Then there's this, death by 1,000 cuts. I believe this was practiced in some other countries. There's been a few instances, for example in Vietnam, but over 90% of these executions, the death by 1,000 cuts, was all done back in the ancient China. So in Chinese it's called the 凌迟. It is absolutely brutal. And this takes place in the public in order to humiliate the suspect even more. It is just like the name. Every part of the body is sliced away slowly. The procedure would take all day. It is done by doctors and medical professionals. They're very careful in order to avoid any major arteries. And once in a while they will stop the bleeding, so the suffering would last longer. The goal is to make the person suffer as long as possible until the body finally gives away. In the death by 1,000 cuts, many parts of the body are severed, such as your fingers, your toes, pulling out your teeth, eye gouging, ear cutting, your genitals. The list goes on and on and on. And all of this is done without the use of any anesthesia until the body finally gives away by a sunset. In my mind, nothing in history can top this. Whatever you do, there's always an Asian out there that's better than you. So do you guys think that any of these methods should be brought back in 2023? Also, I've been working on my new long format video series. There's a lot of work that's being put into it. And I will start at the end of August to release this series. I'm going to do my best to make this channel a success. Thank you guys so much for watching.